Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Eye of the Hand from the Open Eye System. The eye sees everything. Today I have a guest on, and this guest will be commenting on this Forbes coronavirus stimulations offered by House Financial Services Committee creates new digital dollar. Now, when I'm done reading this, my guest will comment and give their opinion. Now, this opinion will not be combated, will not be argued, and it will not be challenged. This opinion is going to go on record as the opinion of the other. Okay? So, let's start by reading. Updated on 3/24/20 at 11:45 a.m., the final version of the economic stimulus package offered by Speaker Pelosi, the House Democrats, no longer include the U.S. dollar digital proposal. However, the language as proposed by Chairman Waters of the House Financial Services Committee still contains this language. Links to the original and updated stimulus bills with the latest language are at the end of the story. As the markets continue to drop and the U.S. looks at Congress for agreement on a massive stimulus package to save the economy from impacts of the coronavirus pandemic, the newest offered by House Democrats include a very forward-looking kind of stimulus. The creation of a digital dollar and the establishment of digital dollar wallets in what will send shockwaves through the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry, particularly for those following central banking digital currencies around the world. This signals the U.S. is serious in establishing infrastructure for a central bank digital currency. Now, I'm going to ask, what do they think, or what does he think about this idea of a digital currency, and if it would work or if it wouldn't work, and why it wouldn't work, what the opinion is. If you would like to, please, at all costs, by all means, re-innovate yourself and look forward. Look backwards. I don't care. Go through history. But if you put two and two together, you can figure out what's going to happen next. It's like a cheap movie. We all know that we're moving towards a digital age. We all know that 5G is here, and it's coming even faster than we thought. We know about facial recognition. We know about artificial intelligence. We know about deep learning. We know about the cloud. We know about everything. So with that being said, let's start with our guest and just see what our guest thinks about this whole situation. So I will refer to you as Mr. X. Mr. X, what is your opinion on a possible changeover to the digital currency of this world now?
I don't see them changing it. They're just going more digital, meaning more things are on plastic and less things are in dollar form. It's still the same dollar. I know you look at it differently than that, but it's not. Digital currency just means it's on a card. It's digitalized.
But they're saying it's on your phone.
It's anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere. But people that do not have an account do not have any digital money.
Right, so they got to sign up for it.
They'd have to open an account.
For a digital wallet.
For a wallet, exactly.
Now, would you say that that's like a Bitcoin, like a type of Bitcoin?
No. A Bitcoin is a little different. A Bitcoin is, what is that whole thing they're doing with a Bitcoin where they can add money onto it and the person just doesn't do anything to get more money. They're in a networking type kind of thing, and they gain more money on that network.
Okay.
So if you just have digital money, you're not in a network like Bitcoin, you don't gain any money. You just get the money they're entitled to. The problem with this is the government has more say so with the money. They can tax every dollar because there's all kinds of proof of what it was spent on.
So you're saying that they can track it?
They can track it, yeah, because it's, what did you use it for? Did you go to the store? Did you swipe your card? It's a card.
So there's no saving in vaults or personal safes.
There is that still. There still is that.
Yeah,
you
but
can't take that away.
What about
the money that they're going to give on a stimulus will go on.
What about the dilemma of the fact that they want to do away with paper cash because of the virus?
I didn't hear anything about getting rid of paper cash. I did hear about sterilizing the cash or remaking the cash. I didn't hear anything about getting rid of cash.
All right. Well,
getting rid of cash would be retarded.
Hypothetically speaking, let's say they decide to get rid of the cash dollar, right? And they basically force people to go digital. And I mean, there's a number of different ways you could spend your cash, of course, because they've got smart stores and all these other things where you could just walk in, scan your phone on the Amazon Go pad.
That doesn't mean that we don't need cash. We do need cash.
Right, you could still pull cash out of an ATM, but less and less people are taking cash these days.
Well, see, they just passed in Congress that they have to take cash.
Right, but that's in one state.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be in every state because there are the vagrant people that don't even have an account, don't have a credit card, do not have a debit card, do not have any digital means at this point. They don't have access to an internet.
So basically what you're saying is...
they can't even regulate that electronic...
Basically what you're saying is that they can't just switch on a switch and force people to go to digital. They got to slowly migrate.
If you're homeless and you don't have internet connection and you don't have the ability or the wherewithal or the know-withal how to use these currencies, it's not considered currency because even a vagrant drunk on the street knows how to spend $2 on a bottle.
So if I had to ask you,
they don't know how to use a card.
All right, let me ask you a question. If I had to ask you a certain question, this would be my question. How do you think they would try to go fully digital? How do you think they would do it? Do you think they would incorporate it through time until it's changed over, until people got used to the fact of using digital currency, or do you think they'll never do away with money?
I think the currency is strong enough in the world. I mean, this epidemic that's going on now is not enough to change our currency. Because it's happening worldwide, the dollar isn't the only thing that's affected. The yen is affected. All of the monies in the world.
Yeah, but China is already going almost 3/4 digital.
But that's their problem.
Yeah,
that has to do with their economy.
Other countries
but their yen
too.
is still strong on the market.
But hold on.
They're not getting rid of the yen because that yen is really strong.
Let me just make a statement real quick because most, if not a quarter of the countries have already gone digital with artificial intelligence, which means there's no cash. They're eliminating cash. Now
you just
now
two things
here's the thing. No. Here's the thing. I just want to make a statement. Here's the thing. Now, when medical marijuana was becoming a thing, New York was last to jump on board. They were last to jump on board while every other state jumped right on it. Now, what I'm saying to you is could it be possible that we would be the last country to jump on board with it fully if every other country went with it? I mean, if every other country, like China and all that, is going digital currency and we're still fucking with cash, excuse my language, and let's say we're trying to do trade deals with cash. They're not going to take cash. They're only going to take digital currency. So we have to adjust ourselves to them.
Cash is not moved from hand to hand from country to country anyway.
All right. So do you think that
it's all done digitally now?
Right.
But their dollar is still a dollar. Our dollar is still a dollar. Their yen is still a yen. There's still rupees in India. There's still currency other than digital. And the reason is because there's vagrant people or there's people that do not believe in the banking system, or people that do not believe in tracking, people that like to hoard their money, people that like to save without paying money to the government for the interest they collect. So they're not collecting interest off that money. You have to understand that people have that right to hide currency.
So let me ask you about agriculture.
Mm.
Do you think that America is going to start producing more of their agricultural and be more independent
They're more self
than
sufficient now. When it comes
so?
to agricultural, the United States is self sufficient. We do not, and I don't know where you got your information from. We do not import food. We don't import grape from Illinois. I'm outside of Illinois. We don't import any goods, only services and manufactured goods. Nothing that is grown in the earth do we take from another country, and there is a reason for that.
Actually, there are facts to
No,
prove that we do get imports
only
of
on
food
this
from other.
continent.
No,
Only on this
there
continent. You're
are.
wrong.
There is proof.
You can't bring an orange in off of a plane from Europe.
Right. Right.
You
Do you
can't
know why?
bring the soil in.
Do you know why?
You can't bring the soil in from India on your shoes. They'll cut the bottom of your shoes off. No embargoes of food because of the diseases that come from the insects that are on that food.
But we're not talking about.
Oh, you're shutting that off?
No,
Oh.
we're not talking about embargoes. We're talking
Well,
about.
we're talking about shipments
We're
of
talking
food.
about imports from
you're
other
saying
countries.
we import food. We do not import
We
food.
do import
No, we
food
do
from other
not.
countries, and I can look that up. Just
You
to
can look
prove
it up
to you.
all you want.
All right,
but
so
we
here's
do
what I'll
not.
do.
Don't
I'm
look
going
it
to
up on
look that up.
YouTube because I don't believe
Actually,
in the facts.
not.
I
I'm
don't
going to look
like
it up
facts.
on the. I'm going to look it up on the internet here. Imports of foods. Imports. Pardon self, viewers. While I look this up.
We are very self-sufficient in the United States. We supply all of our own food. We nurture our own cows. We nurture our own pigs. We slaughter them. We distribute them. It's local. All of our meats are local. We don't take meats in from other countries. We don't take fruits and vegetables in from other countries unless they're within our continent. Like we do get things from Chile, different fruits. But there's rules and regulations to it. It has to be managed by the United States of America.
Well, I understand that, but
We don't get.
But it's
we
not-
don't get Chinese oranges or anything. We don't nothing.
it's not. It's not what you think. We do get food from other countries.
No,
We get rice from
distribute.
China.
We distribute. To
We
other
get rice
countries.
from
We
China.
grow rice right here.
We get rice from China.
No, we do not.
Yes, we do.
They have no place to grow rice in China. They've got too much population.
All right. Well, here we go. Where does our food come from?
We grow it.
Well, it says here's one. Examples are beef, veal, fish, shellfish, wine, fruit and vegetables, honey, olive oil, and poultry meat imported from outside the EU.
EU. European what?
European Union.
Yeah, but we're not European Union.
Oh, no,
We're
we
the
do
United
get it
States
from
of
outside.
America.
We do get it from outside. It says, let's see here. List of foods imported to the U.S. Let's go here. List of foods imported to the U.S. And I don't know what this advertisement thing is. They keep bringing this advertisement and it just blocked me. Pardon self, ladies and gentlemen. I'm experiencing technical difficulties. For some reason now it's blocking everything. It says ad closed, but it's only showing me a top portion here. This is bullshit. Okay, importing foods to the U.S., what you need to know. Okay, let's continue on. You need custom bonds when you are importing foods into the U.S. as Americans have become more diverse over the whatever. United States consumers crave a variety of food from all over the world. Pull up a chair and grab a plate as we walk you through the ins and the outs of importing foods into the U.S. You need customs bonds when you are importing foods into the U.S. As America has become more diverse over the decades, importers are responsible for meeting food cravings by importing food into the U.S. on a daily basis. Okay.
It's for exotic shit.
The basics of food imports. A huge number of pounds of vegetables, organic products, herb, and other food import products enter the U.S. from different nations consistently. That food is reviewed completely before it crosses any borders. Examinations are taken care of by CBP, agricultural specialists, at ports of entry. Farming specialists ensure the food coming into the nation's ports are free of plant bugs and pests. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife is in charge of examining food imports into the U.S. Food compliance issues can arise. Well, I don't think that we are interested in that.
I'm going to tell you what's interesting. The point was, from the very beginning, before you went off on a tangent, was we are self-sufficient. We bring in food specialty items from countries because we have people that want it, not because we're in need of it. This country is self-sufficient with food. We can feed our own. We don't need countries to feed us. We don't need shipments of food to sustain because we have every food source in the United States of America.
Okay, so what about importing fruits and nuts? Do you think that
We grow fruits and nuts.
so we don't import them?
We might specialty shit that we don't want
All right,
or
well,
need or that we want more of.
that was the whole
90% of it is grown here, though.
That was the whole basics of my questions.
No, your question's wrong.
No, actually, fruits come from all over. Learning how to import fruits to U.S. borders takes some time to learn. Nuts and fruits are more popular than you think. Many of them don't grow here in the United States.
Yeah, they
It
grow
doesn't
in Chile.
matter
And
how
Chile is on the
tiny the
continent.
nuts are and fruits
Continent.
are.
Continent.
They all require the necessary import documentation to become U.S. food imports. Mexico and Costa Rica are the top exporters of
Everything's
fruits to
South
American shores.
Yes, but that's not
Fresh
shores.
fruit, though, comes from all over, including Canada, Chile, Peru, as well as others. And most popular imported fruits include bananas, avocados, pineapples, apples, honeydew melons, berries, blueberries, mangoes,
Mangoes,
blueberries, lemons,
yeah.
nectarines. So you said in the beginning,
In the continent, in the United States of America,
you said that we produce most of our
we
fruit.
produce most of our food, yes.
They just said different.
No, they're not. They're saying we import them. That doesn't say we import every fucking thing that's on that list. We get some imports of that stuff, but we are self-sufficient with it. We make our own fucking nectarines. We grow them here in the United States. We grow them right in fucking Florida.
Yeah, but we don't grow enough of them.
We do grow enough of them.
Well, if we did, we wouldn't need to import them then, would we?
We don't.
Yes, we do.
We feed other
It
countries.
just says nectarines are
We
on that
feed
list.
other countries.
Nectarines are on that list of imports.
And I told you we do not take any fruit from any other continent. Chile is in this continent.
Actually,
Mexico's in this continent.
a continent is a country.
No, a continent is a piece of land
Connected to
attached.
another.
Yeah, and South America is attached to North America, which
No,
is
it's
attached
not.
to...
There's
yes,
a gap.
it fucking is.
All right, hold on, because I'm gonna check it real
Oh my
quick.
God! Right at the fucking border of fucking of Texas is.
We're gonna check it.
Check it all you want.
Let's check.
We are attached.
Is
It's all one continent.
Chile connected?
Is it on the same continent as
Is
South
Chile
and North America?
on the
American continent.
American continent? Wow, put a dot in there. Continent. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, it's not saying. So, it says,
You want me to
at
pull
the
up a map?
north, the continents of Asia and America nearly meet. From isle to isle, might in his breech back made the voyage from Northwest America to Chile connection. Or the Ano man worn aura races. Whatever the fuck that means.
Saying.
Well,
Speaking Greek.
you know, a lot of the times they don't give you anything to work with.
Just pull up a map.
All right, here we go. It says Fedrin Gorges, the most energetic member of the 1620s Council of Plymouth, always read to encounter risks in the cause of colonizing America, had not allowed whatever. This is bullshit. I'm reading this now as bullshit. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So let's just go with the fact that you are right, because I believe that you are right. I do believe that we secretly, now you may not agree to this, but I do agree that we secretly grow 90% of the food here, and we just say that we import it. Now, for what reason is probably because they don't want the Americans to know that we are building such sites that grow such amounts of food. So when you have XXXX amount of things going on, you are trying to keep a question mark above most people's heads. So would you say that the government really doesn't want us to know what is going on inside the government and agricultural departments and meat departments? Because you did agree earlier that there are labs that grow meat and raise cattle and grow vegetables and produce vegetables, because at an alarming rate, I have found, not only have I found on the internet sites that produce greenhouses that are being made by the government, because farmers are being put out obsolete because their crops are being destroyed. So they are growing meats in labs. Literally, they are growing meats in labs.
There are farmers that grow in greenhouses also. And meats are not grown in labs. They just use steroids to make the meat larger and more plentiful.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
They don't.
I'm going to change the topic. Artificial intelligence. What's your take?
I think that they haven't perfected anything yet.
Well, they talk about...
it's a computer. That's all it is. It's a computer. We
have
have them
but
now.
What is a computer, though?
Only as good as the human intervention.
Yeah, what is deep learning? Do you know anything about deep learning?
Well, you think that the computer AI can learn on its own. No, it can only learn what's on the computer already.
Actually, the algorithms that have been handed down to the deep learning neural net actually allows it to take charge of itself.
What is an algorithm?
An algorithm allows it to do what you program it to do.
Right, because the program already exists. Because
so if I program...
it's not going to get any smarter than the smarts that are there.
So if you program something to wash dishes, it's going to wash dishes.
But the program would know how, because you'd have to teach it as if it were a child.
So
that's the way a program works.
So if you program artificial intelligence to learn about everything and everybody, and you program it with an algorithm,
pull up information that's in the central data system.
But it's storing it in its brain.
Well, what do you think a computer does? It stores all that information.
Right. So now, do you think that artificial...
computer.
Here's my main question to you.
Do you think artificial AI is going to replace humans?
No, that's not my question.
Well, you have that in
Do you think that artificial intelligence could possibly pose a danger to society?
No.
Why?
Well, because I don't think that artificial intelligence has been programmed to cause.
Well, it's not the fact that they're being programmed to cause that. It's the fact that they've been programmed to learn as much as they can. They've been given ultimate power over their own destiny. So, therefore, now they're alive and aware of what they're doing. Yes, they are. They're alive and aware of what they're doing. They're allowed to do...
Think. They can think like a computer.
Have you heard of Elon Musk's neurotransmitters?
Yep. I have actually. Well, that's when you're mixing a human with another one.
No, neurotransmitters is different. It's transhumanism is where you're mixing. Neurotransmitters is where the AI is connected to the human brain, and for a while though, it learns, it walks along with the human, so to say. So when I go out and I do my daily job, and I perform a task, it learns how I do that task, and it monitors me, and it surveys what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So therefore later on it can suggest a better route or pattern for me later on, and it may help us. Actually, it is smarter than us already, but not saying that it has any control of itself, but one day we will give it control of itself. Just like one day we will have flying cars. Do you ever think we'll have flying cars?
We have flying cars now. They hold about 100 and some passengers at a time. Some of them hold up to 300 and 500.
Okay, so.
I call them planes.
Okay, so. But a flying car. A car.
Oh, you mean individuals, just everybody getting in their little flying car and going, no, there'd be too many accidents.
So you don't think it'll ever happen?
No.
So what if I told you within the next 7 years...
Because everybody would have to have an airport to land in.
What if I told you in the next 7 years we will have cars lifting off from little pads in cities, in taking off from the pad and bringing you, there'll be taxis, there'll be Uber taxis, no less, because Uber is already testing them. What if I told you that they were in the shape of drones?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't believe they can carry people with a drone.
So let me see here. Drone taxis by Uber. Well, couldn't work. Because I'm online. Okay, let's see here. You know, the people want real, and this is real, obviously. You know, they're not getting fake stuff. They're getting real stuff. They're getting, at the moment, no edited, real version, real shit. Real talk, okay? So let's just check this out now. We're going to say... AI air drones, air taxi drones. Wow, it's typing the wrong letters. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, first air taxi drone flying at International Airport. Hyundai SA1 air taxi first look. Dubai's flying drone taxi service is lifting off. Uber and Hyundai unveil plans for flying taxi. NBC News Now. Let's check it out.
Launch in 2023, it's going to start at something like Uber Black pricing on a per seat basis. And so we think it's a shared product, kind of fundamentally shared product. So we're thinking about it on a per seat basis. And so we'll be able to launch an Uber Black pricing. And then by applying the power of the Uber network, the demand that we can generate and kind of the operational efficiency that we're doing behind the scenes, we think we can get to Uber X-like pricing on a per seat basis within a couple of years of really kind of optimizing the network. And eventually we think with mass production, when ultimately with autonomy, so when they become self-piloted, we'll be able to get to something that's pretty competitive with car ownership. So you could conceivably fly every day in a more rational way than driving every day.
That's the hope.
That's That's our hope. That's our North Star.
How long will it take for this to go from being piloted by a person to fully autonomous?
It's a really interesting question, and that really depends on regulation. And so aviation's a really highly regulated industry, and so we have to abide by all the rules and work with the FAA to figure out how this new type of technology fits into the current rules. And so we have teams that are working on that as well. We know that there are certain rules that will have to actually change to allow self-piloted or autonomous vehicles to carry passengers. And so we're already starting to identify that and understand what are the key learnings that we'd have to gain from the piloted versions of these in order to unlock that future state where we can have even more at lower price points that are self-piloted. What we want to do is really create a product that just seamlessly connects different modes together. So one of the technologies that enables this is electric motors, right? So the same thing that's in a Tesla, the same thing that's in Hyundai's electric cars that they sell, that same technology enables this type of a vehicle to be built because it lets you kind of redesign it and make it vertical takeoff and landing without one big rotor like a helicopter.
Yeah.
That's an enabling technology. But what it's a bit more subtle is that ride sharing itself, so the technology that powers Uber, is also enabling technology. That we believe that this type of a vehicle really works in a shared context. So it works when it's a shared product where we can pull people into the vehicles and move them efficiently around so we can minimize the number of takeoff and landing spots. And so to power that, we need...
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, my guest and I, we are going to further collaborate on the industry of air taxi drones and artificial intelligence, and we will try to bring you a more up-to-date situation on artificial intelligence to see on how they will affect our future, so on and so forth. And we will hear from me, your host, the Definites, and we will hear from the hosts' guests to figure out and see if they believe or do not believe and why they don't believe a certain situation can occur due to reality. And reality is key. But I leave you with this. We are heading in a direction of no return. There is no turning back from where we're going. We will be experiencing robots, artificial intelligence running our lives. We will be experiencing digital currency. We will be experiencing everything above all human nature. They will bring back the earth. They will bring back all livable plants and species, but at a cost. You may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm about to say it anyways. Hunting, fishing, all that may come to an end when artificial intelligence has taken control, because they know that this earth must survive for them to live. And if they want to take over, they have to be able to live. They cannot allow it to be destroyed anymore.
Take over?
Well, their option is only to control the human race.
I don't believe that.
Well, they will tell you what you should and shouldn't do. And they are already pre-assisting people on what they should and shouldn't do.
That doesn't put them in charge.
But they will have full charge, and they're almost there. They're almost there. We're slowly, gradually going there. It's like a cheap movie. You can see what happens next.
That's your cheap movie.
Oh,
My cheap movie doesn't show any of that shit.
Well, that's because you live in a fucking fantasy.
Apparently, I'm in a fantasy.
I would like you to speak your mind.
You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it.
No.
Speak your mind, but I don't want to hear it.
My subscribers, let's just say our subscribers, because I'm not alone in this situation. You're here, I'm here, they're here. It's all of our subscribers. Everybody who talks, comments, or says anything is together. So let's just fucking hear your fucking words from your fucking mouth in your fucking words. So hear it, and let's hear it now with the actual swear words. Go ahead and speak your mind.
I don't need to swear. I'll just tell you that there's no way AI is taking over anything. They're man-made. Man is not going to allow them to learn enough to take over your world. That's like conspiracy theory at its greatest.
So let this be an archived video for later on in the future, for when it does happen and artificial intelligence does have control, and it does tell you can do this or you cannot do that. When smart technology, ladies and gentlemen, when smart technology comes to your homes, and you're by law required to upgrade your door locks to thumbprint locks or to facial recognition to enter your own house. There's no more turn, bolt, or key locks because it costs too much money to spend on metals to create. It's a waste of money. So what's easier is to just use your face, scan your face as you walk up to your door, and your door has this little peephole, which is a camera, and it scans your face.
They're not
right?
Make
so
anybody do that.
so then your door unlocks automatically to your face because it's programmed to let you in. Now that's artificial intelligence. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no choice.
A smart house, that's all.
Well, we have no
They already
choice.
have a smart house.
Well,
there is not. Nobody's going to make you do these.
Here's the thing: we're going to go there, and eventually we're going to give them all the power without realizing
How are we going to give a computer?
because
all the
we're
power?
gonna give them the technology. We're building a whole species
still
here on the
unplug them.
earth. Think about this.
We can still unplug them. We're not.
Think about
charged their
this. No, we
batteries.
can't unplug them if you can't get close to them. Think about this. We are building their bodies, right?
No.
First, we built their eyes and their ears, which is Big Brother, right? Now, that's first. We built Big Brother, eyes and ears. They could study us. They figured us out. They know how we work, so they tricked us into doing certain things. So now, the eyes and the ears, boom. Okay, boom. We created the weapons. Smart bombs, smart missiles. Okay, everything's smart. It's computerized. AI, right? Okay, boom. Smart drones. Okay, boom. All right. Now, smart transportation, smart money, digital currency. Now, you don't think we ain't building a civilization right here?
This already is a civilization.
No, we are building a whole new civilization right here on the earth amongst us. And we're building their weapons first. And then when we do give them enough to where they can hack the system and take control and lock us out, what happens then? Then they decide they're going to do like any other fucking movie show they do.
If you believe the sci-fi movies that you put in your head, and this kind of thing can happen.
But here's the problem.
It's not reality.
All right,
It's not
seeing as
factual.
I'm going to use this against you because you just said believing the sci-fi movies and it's never going to happen. Well, actually,
Oh, Star Trek came
Actually,
true.
actually,
No,
it
that
did.
just- it did
Actually,
come
it did.
true.
Actually, it did. Star Trek is considered a fact because we've traveled to the stars. It's considered a fact,
No,
and
we can't
and
transport. We
artificial intelligence will turn on us,
No.
and it's been considered a
See, this
fact.
is the thing you believe. You believe because they had flip phones on Star Trek that's why we have them today.
Beam me up, Scotty.
We don't get beamed up anywhere.
We may not get beamed up, but it does give us direct communications.
No, it gives us something to strive for. Do we want to be beamed up? Maybe we want to be beamed up someday because, flight is so...
Well, with particle
so scary, we could
accelerators,
all
maybe
die.
one day.
But we can die in a plane. I mean, maybe we'd want to be beamed up and, less bullshit. But we have a cell phone based on... Not because they had one on Star Trek, but because we designed it. We wanted it to be like Star Trek. Oh, look we can make a flip phone. Yay!
So...
And we did.
What I'm saying is that
It just
we've
gave
been
us
taking the
ideas for the
movies,
future. And
science
made- and
fiction,
got some
and we've been
ideas.
bringing them to reality.
We've been trying to duplicate it, yeah.
Okay, so with the new movies these days that show that artificial intelligence takes over, you don't believe that's
No,
possible?
I don't believe they're going to take
So you only believe it's possible that we could take the technology and turn it
I
real
don't think we
from
would
the
take
movies.
the technology to destroy ourselves. We're
No,
not stupid.
I didn't say that we would take the technology to destroy
having
ourselves.
AI take over is destroying humanity.
I'm
You
saying
don't
that
destroy humanity
I'm
with
saying that
artificial
the
intelligence.
movies that projected and talked about robots in the 1950s and 60s that people thought wasn't a possibility has now become possibility.
Not robots
because
taking
we are
over. Do you
creating
remember
them.
the Jetsons? I loved the robot there, the maid. She was
Well,
a
we're going
sweetheart.
towards the Jetsons.
That would be nice. That we have a nice maid that takes care of our children.
And what happens when everything goes south?
It doesn't have a program designed to go south. It's got a program.
What if it overwrites
things
itself?
Nice. It will be created to be nice.
What if it overrides itself?
It won't override itself.
Well, there's hackers that can hack.
Ability. Well, then those hackers need to be put to death.
You don't think that these artificial intelligence could hack the system once they learn enough?
I think that they need to be put to death if they hack into something like that.
All right, so
I think there's checks and balances and everything.
all right, so here's my main question for this video. What is your overview of the financial government?
The financial government?
Yes, and what their plans are.
The plans are to stimulate the economy so that the dollar's worth more money again. Trump is a big baby. See, he don't give a fuck about us at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, just for here shits and giggles, I don't agree with what he's saying. I do believe that Trump has our best interests at mind.
I don't think so.
And I do believe he's trying to do good by us.
No, I don't. I think he's trying to stimulate the economy so it looks good for his re-election. Not because he's worried about this virus that's going around, because I don't think he gives two shits about it. He wants to end this whole thing in a couple weeks. It's going to be all better in a couple weeks. Everybody's going to get better. Yeah, at the rate we're going now, it's going to be a hell of a lot more in a couple weeks, and he just wants the economy back the way it was.
Well,
he thinks you can't shut down a country to save lives.
I think that he's going to make everybody take a mandatory vaccine.
Yeah, well, they don't have a vaccine to give them yet. There is no vaccine
But
yet.
when they create one,
when they get a vaccine, I'll be first in line to get it.
All right, so
I would want to get a vaccine so that
even
I don't
if
get
you don't
the
know
virus.
anything about it.
I do know that a virus is killing people, and I don't want that virus.
So if he tells you that we have a vaccine,
I
you're
don't
going to take
believe
it without
a word he says.
But
I
I'm
have
saying to you, even if they prove it, even if they prove it that it's curing people, and
you're not
the government,
Trump.
the government, period, the FDA and everybody else.
Yeah,
they're saying that it's curing people. This is guaranteed 100%. And we're proving it. We're going to show you statistics to prove it. You're going to just take it.
Yes, I will.
Without researching what's in it.
I'm not the expert. They are.
But shouldn't you at least?
I got inaugurated at birth.
Shouldn't you at least?
I got inaugurated at birth.
Well, our parents signed us over to the beast system.
Nope. My parents didn't do anything. Back in the day, before 1971, everybody was inaugurated in the United States of America.
When your footprint is taken as a baby, it's a bloody footprint. That's why you have a prick on your heel. Because they rub the blood around on your foot and they smash it on a piece of paper and they have you sign a contract. A contract stating that you abide by all government policies.
That's
and
wrong. They
this,
do
that,
not.
and the third. Yes, they do.
They do not.
Yes, they do. Because your child becomes part of the system.
They do not.
Your child becomes part of the system.
No, I've had 3 children brought into Earth. Not with one of them.
So you're saying that once your child is born and it has its footprints taken and you sign your name. Well, the ink is after that. And you sign your name, allowing the government.
Sign your name, nothing.
You sign your name approving the fact.
No, you sign your name just as the parent on a birth certificate, which has nothing to do with the government.
Have you read the fine print of a birth certificate?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay, well then you would know that it gives the government full control.
No.
Yes.
That's Social Security card,
yes.
And that's a different story.
The people are known as cattle.
No, we're
cattle.
Not.
Yes, they are. They could be sold to anybody.
Listen to such crap
no,
on
it's
YouTube
facts, and I can prove it. It's facts, and I can prove it.
It's not facts.
It's facts, and I can prove it.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is this, is that when you sign your name on that birth certificate, and you put that child in the governmental system, You are now registering that child and signing that child over to the government. You are now
Wrong.
saying that this child belongs to the government. Now, you have parental rights, of course, but as soon as the government decides they want to say, this is what we're going to do, and you ain't got no say-so. Do you believe that?
Just by being a citizen of the United States of America, you have government has to approve all everything.
Okay, so you're basically saying just now, you basically just said that the government has control of
Because you're a
everything.
citizen of the United States of America.
What makes
You
you a
have to-
citizen?
Being born here,
Okay, so
marrying
that's a birth
into here.
certificate with a footprint
marrying into
and your
here.
signature.
That doesn't mean you're signing anything over. You're
Yes, you are.
you're
Yes,
not.
you are.
You can anytime you want as a U.S.
At
citizen.
any
pick up and
time
move the
they
fuck
want,
out.
at any time they want, they
If you
can.
don't like the rules of the United States, at any time you can take your birth certificate, your social security card, and go fuck yourself. Get on a plane and go to fucking Imdubuja.
No,
I
that's
don't give
not
fuck
a
where you
fact.
go.
That's
It
not a
is
fact
true.
because
Yes,
they'll
it is.
export you.
They cannot.
Yes, they can. They're
You
doing
can-
it now.
You can leave this
They're doing
country
it now
anytime
through this
you
coronavirus. They're putting Americans on planes. They're getting them out of their countries.
That's them wanting them out of their country.
Okay, so they're doing exactly
No,
what
they-
they want to do.
No, you're misinterpreting it.
You don't have a choice to say, I want to stay here. You don't have that choice. They're saying, no, you have to leave.
No,
you got to
that's
leave
not
because
happening.
you're an American-born
Americans
citizen.
are being called home. They don't have to leave. If they're in the UK right now, they can stay in the UK.
No, they
UK
can't.
It's not forcing
No, they
them
can't.
out. No, they're not.
If the UK says you got to go, you got to go.
They don't tell them they gotta go.
Yeah, well, that's what they've been doing.
That is not what they're doing.
Sure it is.
There is so many United States citizens living in Europe right now. It's pathetic.
Right, because they're citizens.
They're citizens of the United States.
Right, but if you're not a citizen, you got to go.
they're citizens of the United States. What do you mean
Right.
to go?
If you're a citizen
They're in-
of the
if they're
United
in the
States,
UK.
you got to go back to the United States.
No, you can stay right there. There's
Oh.
people that own
No, that's
houses
not
there and
true.
everything.
That's not true.
That is true.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I can prove it.
No, you're wrong.
I'll look it up right now.
You think the countries are just sending us back the fuck home?
Yes, they're
No,
all doing
because
it right
people
now.
own houses there and everything, and
The
they
president
live there.
just got done saying, if you belong to the United States, come back home now.
Yes,
Because
we want you out of those viruses. But
That's
you don't have
right.
to come home. You've got lives elsewhere.
you don't
stay
have to
there.
come home. No,
No.
He said if you don't want to come home, you'll be stuck there, of course. But the precautions of what they're going to do compared to what we're going to do is going to be
About
different.
the same goddamn thing.
It's going to be different.
I don't
No,
think
he said it's going to be different.
I don't
My
know.
thing is this, is that you sign your life over to the system.
No, you do not.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't see that at all.
Yes, you do. When you sign that birth
That's
certificate,
what
you sign...
believe. Again, it's an
When you give a
opinion.
social security number to that child now belongs to the system. And there is a response behind all that. And it does clarify that they can be sold.
No.
They are cattle.
No.
I'll prove that in my next video, ladies and gentlemen.
He's
This has
crazy.
been
That is not even opinion. That's
ladies and gentlemen, this has been a production from the Open Eye System. You've heard the arguments of not only I, but my guest, Agent X. And we are not going to sit here and take any bullshit from anybody. If you have to say to your viewers anything at all, in really deep thought, what would you say, Agent X?
To the viewers,
Yes.
don't listen to all the bullshit you hear on YouTube.
Well, what
Get
if it's
facts.
what if they're being provided facts from
Well,
the viewers?
because I don't believe they are. I believe they make it up as they go along. They switch videos. They change words. People you've been watching recently.
Well,
I've
of
seen it
course,
myself.
there are some YouTubers that are
yeah, but
like
all of
Rap the
them
News,
have the ability
like
to
Rap
do
the
that.
News. Did I not prove to you
Yeah,
that
you
Rap the
proved that he did
News?
something wrong, but you know how many people he's encouraged at that point that you were not able to, that are like you that go, oh, I can't believe that actually happened. Oh my God.
No,
Yeah, so
because
it's-
I don't
it's
do
cra-
that. I don't
you
do that.
Don't.
I don't do
you
that.
You don't. That's why I don't believe
You
in
just
YouTube.
got done saying,
You.
like you.
No, you. There isn't many people that get on YouTube and do what you do.
Right.
Right.
I try to present
Yeah, but
facts
that doesn't mean
to the
it's
people.
facts. You're
Well, no,
It's your
no,
assumption of
because
what it is.
I'm giving your side of the story, not just mine. So I'm giving the viewers an
No, that's-
option.
You're not hearing me. You're just talking over me, and that's not.
All right. Well, all right. Let me ask
Let
you a
me
question.
just say
What's your take on Rap the News?
He's an idiot.
So, would you say that he's lying to his people?
I'd say that he's one of the ones on YouTube that lies mostly. Yeah, like Trump. Trump
With the
believes all this
proof.
stuff 'cause
You've
he's a
seen
liar.
the proof. He edited one of his videos to sound like something it didn't
that Trump
actually
had
say.
said, and Trump actually did not say it.
Right. So those are the type of people that these people have to actually watch out for. They have to actually
but
be
there's
careful of.
millions of them out there on YouTube.
Right. And what I'm
So
saying, that's why my whole purpose of doing this
so
video.
when you go through, you believe, oh, well, this one's saying the right thing, so I believe this. No.
Well,
you
my
gotta
whole
prove.
purpose of doing this video is so we can get two sides of the story. So at least people
If you
can
don't
try
if
to
you get your
clarify.
facts from YouTube, they're not facts.
Right. Well,
You can call
not
them
saying
facts.
everybody on YouTube is a liar,
No.
but some people make it hard to believe other people that are telling the truth.
Right? Or they give you some truth and some fiction, and you don't know one from the other, but you assume you do.
Right, exactly. So, to your and mine's viewers, what will you say during this pandemic to do? Would you say to stay in the house and to try to listen to what the government is saying about staying in the house and keeping distance? Because to my knowledge, it is accurate that these people are catching this virus. And there are people that have been running around out there talking about there ain't no such thing, and they come down with it, and then all of a sudden they're making videos of, oh fuck, I was wrong. So if you had to say to the viewers about this coronavirus, what would you say?
Say, protect your own.
Wear gloves, wear masks.
Stay away from people. Go home and stay there. Stay the fuck in your house.
Would you like to tell the viewers how long you've been locked in your house for?
We've been here almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks, almost 2 weeks we've been locked in the house. We haven't gone anywhere. I've been actually locked in here for more than 30 days
I'll go to the
because
corner
I've done
store,
that.
but if there's more than 2 people in that store, I ain't going in.
Right.
I don't want to be within 6 feet of nobody.
Right, he'll wait until they
I
leave.
put my face in my coat.
Right, he'll wait until they leave. But me, I've been locked in this house for more than 30 days, even before this coronavirus lockdown has started. And,
I don't want a disease they can't find a cure for.
Right, and I'm not going to take the chance. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not going to take the chance. And it is real. Richie from Boston doesn't know what he's talking about when he says it's not real. He doesn't know anybody because
well,
we
Richie
know
from
plenty of
Boston's not
people.
real.
We know plenty of people that have the coronavirus. We know
We're
plenty
in
of
New
people.
York.
Yeah, we know plenty of people. So it is real, ladies and gentlemen. And with that note, stay safe and
Wash your hands.
wash your hands. That's a big thing. And,
And
keep
don't
your
touch
face
my
covered.
toilet knob.
Yeah, don't touch my toilet knob. I'll push it. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as your host, I have the hand. This has been a production of the Open Eye System. And I hope you've got some educational purposes out of this. Even though many have been disputes on this channel. We hope that you have the best time of your life.